It's just getting to be redundant. And we're getting tired of coming here, not having the laws followed, not having a meeting.
I will be seeking arrest for individuals involved. I will be pressing charges.
Tiffany Henyard, the so-called super mayor of Dalton, Illinois, is facing growing scrutiny over her reckless spending, mounting debts, and scandalous behavior. From a massive deficit in village funds to unpaid rent and controversial purchases, the truth about her leadership is coming to light, with investigations revealing shocking financial mismanagement, including over $33,000 spent in a single day. The pressure is building. As Henyard fights back, calling out critics and clashing with trustees, the question remains, can she survive this storm, or is her grip on power about to slip? The community's patience is running thin, and the drama is just heating up. Hey guys, I am Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles, where the drama never stops, and the truth hits hard. From explosive political showdowns to shocking scandals, we've got all the inside info you won't hear anywhere else. Today, we're breaking down the chaos surrounding Tiffany Henyard, the so-called super mayor of Dalton, Illinois. But is she really the powerhouse she claims to be? Or is she sinking under the weight of her own mess? Stick around for all the jaw-dropping details, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a twist in the story. Let's get into it. Let's start with the money. Lori Lightfoot, the former mayor of Chicago, was brought in as a special investigator, and her findings have been nothing short of jaw-dropping. Under Henyard's administration, Dalton's general fund went from over $5 million in April 2022 to a crushing deficit of $365,000 by May 2024.
I'm a private investigator. I've got some books that says inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois.
The question on everyone's mind is how such a financial collapse could happen in such a short time. Lightfoot's report shines a light on questionable spending practices. Dalton's credit cards were allegedly maxed out with charges from Amazon, Target, Wayfair, and even Walgreens. On January 5, 2023, a purchase from Amazon alone amounted to over $33,000. That was one of 3 purchases, totaling close to $43,000, all in a single day, with few receipts to back any of it up. Naturally, Dalton's residents are furious. Trustee Kiana Belter voiced the frustration of many, calling the spending a slap in the face to every taxpayer in the village. In a community where every dollar counts, seeing this kind of alleged misuse is nothing short of infuriating. But the shock doesn't stop there. Further investigation revealed that Dalton is behind on paying its vendors, with 589 checks totaling over $6 million approved and printed but never sent out. Businesses that have served the community are left empty-handed, and some are even considering leaving the area altogether. It's a ripple effect of unpaid bills that could have long-term consequences for local economic health. Adding fuel to the fire, 2 Dalton police officers reportedly earned more in overtime pay than their base salaries. One officer's annual salary of $87,000 jumped by an extra $114,000 in overtime alone. Another officer with a salary of $73,000 pulled in $102,000 in overtime. How can a financially strapped village justify these costs? The answer might lie in Henyard's use of police officers as a personal security detail. Trustee Brittany Norwood raised concerns that this practice was taking officers off the streets and leaving residents vulnerable. Even Dalton's former police chief, Lewis Lacey, has spoken out. He pointed to budget cuts as the reason for reduced patrols, while others argue that the problem is less about cuts and more about questionable assignments and spending.
A Dalton home that she leased to Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent, and now she wants her.
In a personal twist to the saga, Henyard herself faces eviction from her rented home. Her landlord, Janet Hall, claims that Henyard has not paid rent since August and owes over $5,000 in back payments. Adding to the tension, Hall stated that Henyard and her boyfriend changed the locks on the property to keep her out. For someone with a combined income of over $300,000, this eviction raises eyebrows and raises questions about the mayor's own financial management. Henyard's alleged personal financial struggles reflect a larger pattern. If she's struggling to handle her own finances, what does that say about her ability to manage a village's funds? Dalton's residents, already hit hard by these revelations, are asking themselves just that. It isn't just credit cards and overtime that have Dalton's residents talking. Billboards bearing Henyard's image and slogans, like "Keeping My Promises" and "Fighting for My Residents," have been popping up all over Dalton. These messages, while intended to project leadership, have had the opposite effect, with many residents comparing them to self-promotional tactics seen in autocratic regimes. Former Dalton Mayor Riley Rogers has pointed out the stark contrast, saying he never felt the need to put up billboards or assign a personal security detail while serving as mayor. These billboards cost money, a commodity Dalton can hardly afford to spare, and have only added to the sentiment that Henyard's administration is less about serving the village and more about promoting her own brand. The village board meetings, which should be routine affairs of local governance, have become scenes of chaotic drama, drawing attention from residents and media alike. One board meeting, intended to address the village's critical financial issues, was canceled due to disagreements over where it should be held, with trustees expressing concerns for their safety. Adding to the tension, Henyard has publicly criticized trustees like Jason House and Brittany Norwood, accusing them of being all talk and no action. House and Norwood, however, argue that it's Henyard's reckless spending that has brought Dalton to this point. Norwood called on Henyard to take accountability, but the mayor deflected, labeling her critics as grandstanders and even going so far as to accuse them of racially motivated attacks. For a leader who claims to have the best interests of Dalton at heart, Henyard's response to criticism has done little to quell concerns. Instead, it has only deepened the division within the village's leadership and increased the mistrust of her administration. As Lori Lightfoot continues her investigation, more disturbing details have come to light. Community members are increasingly vocal about their anger and betrayal. A recent public meeting saw Dalton residents voicing their concerns, with some even calling for Henyard's resignation. Former trustee Valeria Stubbs bluntly stated that Henyard should be locked up to set an example. The comment might sound harsh, but for a community struggling to make ends meet, the frustration is real. In one of the more unusual displays of personal style, Henyard appeared at a 2023 board meeting dressed in an outfit reminiscent of a character from the gangster movie New Jack City. To complete the spectacle, a DJ played Rihanna's "Better Have My Money" as she made her entrance. While this might have created a buzz, it left many Dalton residents questioning her priorities. Was this the behavior of a dedicated public servant, or someone who's out of touch with the gravity of her office? The spectacle continued as her landlord Janet Hull arrived at a recent meeting, hoping to resolve the issue of unpaid rent. The image of a village mayor dodging rent payments while facing an eviction order is almost surreal. This ongoing drama has painted a picture of a leader whose actions are inconsistent with the title of super mayor she claims. Residents aren't just watching this unfold, they're actively pushing back. Many are fed up with the lack of transparency, accountability, and the perceived disregard for community welfare. Trustees like Jason House and Brittany Norwood have been vocal in their demands for a clear and responsible approach to village finances. Norwood, in particular, criticized the prioritization of personal security over public safety, saying that residents feel less secure with police officers assigned to Henyard's security detail rather than patrolling the village. For small business owners like Lawrence Gardner, Henyard's leadership style has felt oppressive. Gardner claims that his trucking business was shut down after he refused to make a contribution to Henyard's political campaign. He isn't alone. Other locals have echoed similar accusations, alleging that the mayor's office has used law enforcement to target political opponents. Henyard's challenges are far from over. Federal subpoenas have reportedly been issued, lawsuits are piling up, and even her own staff members are allegedly questioning her leadership. With all this controversy surrounding her, Henyard has announced her intent to run for re-election, confident in her chances for another term. But Dalton residents are starting to question how long she can hold on in the face of mounting legal and public pressures. Lori Lightfoot's investigation, meanwhile, is far from complete. As more details emerge, the outlook for Henyard's administration becomes increasingly bleak. Will she be able to continue running Dalton in the way she has? Or is her hold on power slipping? The village of Dalton is waiting to see if she can account for her actions, or if her tenure will be remembered as one of Dalton's most tumultuous chapters. So what does the future hold for Dalton, Illinois, and its super mayor? With federal investigations, unpaid bills, and public outrage mounting, the stakes have never been higher. The drama surrounding Tiffany Henyard has gripped this small village and left residents wondering if real change is possible. Here at Red Rumbles, we'll continue to follow this unfolding saga closely. Let us know in the comments what you think. Is Mayor Henyard facing her downfall, or is she simply misunderstood? And don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest twists and turns in this remarkable story.